Welcome back, Rare Coin Insider. In the world of American coin collecting, few coins are as familiar yet as surprisingly interesting as the 1989 United States quarter dollar. At first glance, it may appear to be just another everyday coin that passed through millions of hands in grocery stores, gas stations, restaurants, and vending machines across the nation. However, beneath its ordinary appearance lies a fascinating story involving American history, minting technology, collector demand, rare errors, hidden values, and examples that have sold for far more than their face value. For collectors and treasure hunters, the 1989 quarter remains a coin worth examining carefully because while most examples are common, certain varieties and high-grade specimens can command impressive premiums in today's market. The 1989 quarter belongs to the famous Washington Quarter series, one of the longest-running coin designs in United States history. The Washington Quarter was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of the birth of America's first president, George Washington. What began as a commemorative issue became a permanent circulating coin, and decades later the design was still being produced in 1989. By that year, the Washington Quarter had become one of the most recognized coins in America, appearing in countless transactions every single day. The obverse, or front side, of the 1989 quarter features the portrait of George Washington facing left. This iconic image was based on the work of sculptor John Flanagan, whose design became one of the most enduring portraits ever used on United States coinage. Above Washington's head appears the word Liberty, while the phrase, "In God We Trust," is positioned to the left. The date, 1989, appears below the portrait, and depending on where the coin was struck, a mint mark may be found near the date. The reverse side showcases a majestic American eagle with wings spread wide. The eagle is perched on a bundle of arrows, symbolizing military preparedness and national strength. Beneath the arrows are two olive branches representing peace. Above the eagle appears the inscription, United States of America, while E pluribus unum is displayed above the bird's head. At the bottom is the denomination, quarter dollar. This design remained a staple of American coinage for decades before the introduction of the state quarters program in 1999 dramatically changed the appearance of the reverse. One of the first details collectors examine on any 1989 quarter is the mint mark. The United States Mint operated multiple facilities during this period, and each mint produced coins with its own identifying mark. Quarters struck in Philadelphia carry no mint mark. Coins produced at the Denver Mint display a D mint mark. Proof coins manufactured at the San Francisco Mint bear an S mint mark. These small letters may seem insignificant to casual observers, but they play a major role in determining rarity, desirability, and value. The Philadelphia Mint produced hundreds of millions of quarters in 1989. Because of this enormous production, circulated Philadelphia examples remain extremely common today. Most are worth only face value unless they possess unusual characteristics such as exceptional preservation, striking errors, or special varieties. Nevertheless, collectors still seek high-grade examples because finding a perfectly preserved coin among such massive production numbers is much more difficult than many people realize. The Denver Mint also struck hundreds of millions of quarters during 1989. Like their Philadelphia counterparts, most Denver issues are common in circulation. However, collectors frequently compare strike quality between the two mints, and some specialists focus on assembling complete sets featuring the finest known examples from each location. As a result, coins graded at the highest levels by professional grading services can become surprisingly valuable. The San Francisco Mint's role was different. Instead of producing quarters for general circulation, San Francisco concentrated on proof coinage. Proof coins are specially manufactured collector pieces struck using polished dies, and specially prepared planchets. These coins feature mirrored surfaces and frosted design elements, creating a striking visual contrast. A 1989 S-proof quarter may appear dramatically different from a standard circulation strike, making it highly attractive to collectors. When discussing specifications, the 1989 quarter follows the standard composition used for modern Washington quarters. The coin weighs approximately 5.67 grams. This weight is an important identifying characteristic because it helps collectors verify authenticity and detect possible alterations. The coin is composed of a copper core sandwiched between outer layers of copper nickel-clad metal. Specifically, the outer layers contain 75% copper and 25% nickel, while the inner core consists primarily of copper. This composition gives the coin its familiar silver-colored appearance, while keeping production costs lower than if precious metals were used. The diameter of the quarter measures approximately 24.3 millimeters, and the edge features 119 reeds. These reeded edges were originally introduced as an anti-counterfeiting measure and remain an important design feature today. While many people never pay attention to the edge of a coin, collectors often inspect it carefully because certain mint errors can appear there and significantly increase value. By 1989, the United States economy was experiencing significant changes. The late 1980s represented a period of technological advancement, financial growth, and evolving global influence. The quarter circulated through a society increasingly embracing computers, electronic banking, and modern commerce. Every surviving 1989 quarter serves as a small historical artifact from that era, connecting collectors to a specific moment in American history. For most people, a 1989 quarter is worth exactly 25 cents. However, coin collecting is filled with exceptions, and condition plays a major role in determining value. Coins are graded on a scale ranging from poor to mint state 70. A heavily circulated quarter may show worn details, scratches, discoloration, and other signs of use. Such coins generally retain only face value. In contrast, an uncirculated example that has never entered circulation can be worth substantially more. Professional grading services such as the Professional Coin Grading Service and Numismatic Guarantee Company evaluate coins according to strict standards. Their grading systems help establish market confidence and provide collectors with reliable assessments of condition. When a 1989 quarter receives a very high mint state grade, especially MS67, MS68, or higher, its value can increase dramatically because such pristine examples are scarce despite the coin's enormous original mintage. One fascinating aspect of modern coin collecting is the concept of population reports. These reports track how many coins have been certified at each grade level. Even a common date like 1989 can become highly desirable when found in exceptionally high grades because only a small percentage survive without significant imperfections. As collectors compete for the finest known examples, auction prices can climb surprisingly high, sometimes reaching hundreds or even thousands of dollars for coins that originally entered circulation worth only 25 cents. The story becomes even more exciting when mint errors enter the picture. Error coins are among the most sought-after areas of numismatics because they represent mistakes made during the manufacturing process. While the United States Mint strives for perfection, the sheer volume of coins produced means occasional errors inevitably occur. These mistakes can transform an ordinary quarter into a valuable collectible almost overnight. Among the most exciting discoveries associated with the 1989 Washington quarter are mint errors. These unusual pieces attract collectors because they are accidental creations of the minting process and often exist in very limited numbers. One of the most desirable error types is the off-center strike. This occurs when the coin blank is not properly positioned during striking, causing part of the design to be missing while a blank area remains visible. The value of an off-center 1989 quarter depends on the percentage of the design missing and the overall condition of the coin. Dramatic examples can sell for hundreds of dollars, and particularly attractive pieces may bring even higher prices when offered at auction. Another popular error is the double strike. In these cases, a coin receives more than one strike from the dies, creating overlapping images that are immediately visible. Such errors are fascinating because they provide direct evidence of a malfunction during production. Collectors are often willing to pay substantial premiums for genuine double-struck quarters, especially when the second strike is clearly defined. Clipped planchet errors also attract considerable attention. These occur when a coin blank is improperly cut from the metal strip before striking. The result is a quarter with a curved or irregular section missing from its edge. Since clipped planchets are easily identifiable and visually dramatic, they remain highly collectible. Values vary according to the size and appearance of the clip, but many examples sell for significantly more than face value. Broad strike errors represent another category sought by specialists. A broad-struck coin is struck outside the retaining collar, causing it to spread outward and appear larger than normal. Such coins often display distorted rims and unusual proportions. Although not as famous as some other errors, broad strikes remain popular among error collectors and can command strong premiums. Die cracks, die breaks, and cut errors are additional possibilities. As minting dies wear out over time, cracks may develop. These cracks transfer raised lines onto the coin surface. In more advanced cases, portions of the die can break away entirely, creating large raised blobs known as cuts. Collectors enjoy searching for these unusual features because each represents a unique stage in the life of a working die. When discussing value, condition remains one of the most important factors. A typical circulated 1989 quarter is generally worth face value. However, uncirculated examples can bring premiums ranging from a few dollars to much larger amounts depending on grade. Coins certified in exceptional mint state grades often become the focus of intense competition among registry set collectors. Registry collecting has transformed the market by encouraging collectors to seek the finest certified examples available, regardless of how common the date may otherwise be. Auction records demonstrate this phenomenon clearly. While ordinary 1989 quarters are abundant, top population examples graded at the highest levels have achieved prices far exceeding what most people would expect. Collectors seeking the very best known specimens are sometimes willing to spend hundreds or even thousands of dollars to secure a coin with elite certification. Such prices are driven not by rarity in absolute terms, but by rarity in condition. Proof quarters from San Francisco also occupy an important place in the collector market. Most proof examples remain affordable, but perfectly preserved specimens with exceptional eye appeal continue to attract interest. Some proof coins earn special designations for cameo or deep cameo contrast, referring to the visual difference between mirrored fields and frosted design elements. Coins exhibiting especially strong contrast are often preferred by collectors and can command higher prices. The collector significance of the 1989 quarter extends beyond monetary value. Many hobbyists include it in complete Washington quarter collections spanning decades of American coinage history. Others focus specifically on late 20th century issues, building sets that document changes in minting technology and coin production. Because the 1989 quarter was issued during the final decade before the state quarters era transformed the series, it represents the closing years of the classic eagle reverse design that had defined the denomination for generations. Market trends for the 1989 quarter continue to evolve as new collectors enter the hobby and grading standards become increasingly refined. The rise of online marketplaces, auction platforms, and digital population reports has made it easier than ever for collectors to identify premium examples and compare values. As a result, high-grade coins and dramatic error pieces often receive significant attention whenever they appear for sale. An interesting fact about the 1989 quarter is that millions of people have likely handled one without ever giving it a second glance. Yet hidden among ordinary pocket change could still be a valuable specimen waiting to be discovered. Many important finds in numismatics have come from circulation, bank rolls, inherited collections, and forgotten jars of coins stored for years. This possibility is part of what makes coin collecting so exciting. Every quarter has a story, and occasionally that story turns out to be worth far more than 25 cents. Collectors examining a 1989 quarter should pay close attention to strike quality, luster, surface preservation, mint mark placement, and any signs of unusual characteristics. Even subtle differences can have a significant impact on value. Magnification and proper lighting are useful tools, and serious collectors often consult professional grading services for authentication and certification when they believe they have discovered something special. Today, most circulated 1989 quarters remain worth face value, while attractive uncirculated examples can bring modest premiums. High-grade certified coins may sell for tens, hundreds, or even thousands of dollars depending on their rarity in that grade. Genuine mint errors can be worth considerably more, especially when visually impressive and authenticated by respected experts. This wide range of potential values is one reason the coin continues to attract attention from collectors around the world. As we reach the end of the story, the 1989 Washington quarter stands as far more than a simple piece of pocket change. It represents American history, craftsmanship, commerce, and the enduring appeal of coin collecting. Its familiar portrait of George Washington, classic eagle reverse, 5.67-gram weight, copper nickel-clad composition, and mint marks from Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco connected to a long tradition of United States coinage. While most examples are ordinary, a select few possess the combination of condition, rarity, or minting errors needed to transform them into highly desirable collectibles. That possibility keeps collectors searching through rolls, collections, and old jars of coins every day. The next valuable discovery could already be sitting unnoticed in someone's possession, waiting for a careful eye to recognize its significance. In the fascinating world of numismatics, even a humble 1989 quarter can become a treasure, proving that sometimes extraordinary value is hidden in the most ordinary places.